Coming up on Mississippi Roads, we visit the Crystal Grill in Greenwood, try some fried pies at Richland, attend the Grilled Cheese Festival, and stop at a roadside produce stand. All that coming up now on Mississippi Roads.
Down Mississippi Road. Mississippi Road.
Hi, welcome to Mississippi Roads. I'm Walt Grayson. And our show this week is all about down-home cooking, good food and fun. And it doesn't get much better than what you get at one of the state's oldest restaurants. That's the Crystal Grill in Greenwood. They've been serving up home cooking for nearly 100 years, and it's been owned by the same family for most of that time. And I think their mile-high pie comes to about right there. Check and see if you think I'm right.
We come to the Crystal Grill once a week. That's our treat for the week. This is just the way we treat ourselves. I get tired of cooking, and this is the next thing to home cooking.
We're open 6 days a week. The sign out front says never sleep. The never sleep part came from when Crystal was open 7 days a week, 4 a.m. to midnight. So they basically were closed 4 hours a day. That was it. It never shut down. It was wide open, and then finally Dad got where that workload was just too much. So he decided he was going to close the slowest day of the week, which was Monday. So that's what he did.
They used to serve breakfast, and as a small child, my husband would sit on the little stools that used to be in here. It was more like a cafe that had the stools, the old-timey stools.
This place got started in the early 20s. A couple of guys named Conaggio were the original owners, and they ran it from the early 20s until 1933. And then my uncle, Jim Leolio, my mother's brother, he bought in and bought them out. And then in 1952, my dad moved here to Greenwood, and they worked together until I think the late 70s is when my uncle sold out to my dad and moved to Memphis. It was called the Elite in the 20s, and then I think my uncle changed it to the Crystal Grill. Now, where he came up with that name, I have no idea. But it was the Crystal Grill in the 30s, and then continued to be the Crystal Grill ever since.
It's always been here ever since I was growing up. We just love everything about it. The waitresses are so friendly, and it's clean, and it's a special treat when my sons come from Hattiesburg or anywhere. We can treat them here, and they think they've gone to heaven.
I guess you could call us a soul food place, because we do have a lot of just down-home Southern cooking. Oh, I hear a lot of our clientele say, you can just come in and close your eyes and point to something on the menu, and it's gonna be good.
I mean, you can't go wrong on the menu. During the week, we have vegetables. We have turnip greens, cabbage greens, yams, macaroni and cheese, Southern food. I mean, you know you're in the South. And we even have sweet tea.
This is a dying breed of restaurant because it's all scratch cooking, and it takes a lot of employees to put that together, to do everything from scratch.
It's all homemade, all of it. The pies are all homemade. The chocolate pie and the coconut pie has a really tall meringue on it. I mean, that's why they call it mile-high pie, because the meringue is so tall. How she gets it like that, I don't know. I've tried it at home. It does not work.
My dad and uncle, back in the day, they developed a system of whipping the meringue to a peak and adding a secret ingredient that kept it that high, and it wouldn't fall. It stayed rigid and fluffy and light, and that's always been the mainstay. But we're famous for a lot of other desserts now, so it's not just the mile-high pies.
Thank you.
People come from all around. They make a special trip because it's just that good.
We get tour groups, we get people from all over the world that come here just strictly to check out the blues. They're all very complimentary of the food, and they say the food is fantastic, and kind of makes you feel good to hear tourists that have been all over the world and say this is some of the best food we've had since we've been on tour. Like my wife said, you just don't see this kind of food in a lot of towns. And I think people enjoy the interest that really my whole staff shows in their families and their activities and their well-being and everything that goes with everyday life. And you don't get that everywhere. We have a rapport with the customer that not many places have anymore. We build up this relationship with all our clientele. And they know them by name, they know their family members, they know everything about them. They know what you drink, they know what you eat, they know what desserts you like. That means a lot to people.
The waitresses are very kind. They see us coming in. We really don't have to order most of the time. They know just about what we're going to say.
It's very unique. I mean, I worked at a lot of restaurants, but this one, none of them beat this one. I worked here at Crystal Grill for 28 years. And I mean, I have my good days and my bad days, but when I walk through the door, I put my smile on, I see my customers come in, and I'm happy. They're family. Everybody's like family here. You come in, you get good food, good service, and you're treated like family. I mean, you can't go wrong.
Well, our next stop is another family-run restaurant, and it's not been around nearly as long as the Crystal Grill, but they specialize in pies. It's all they serve. It's fried pies, and maybe a hot checker game or two.
No one's ever said they didn't love a fried pie.
I grew up in Kentucky. My mama made my dad fried pies every day for his lunch. And so one day, his pies started coming up missing. She'd make him 2 every day, and so the pies, one pie would come up missing, so them old coal miners are kind of wiry, you know, and all right, whoever's eating my pie, come on, we're gonna get it on right now. But they said, don't be mad at us, Gert. I said, look, our wives can't make these pies, and we like them. So if you'll have Miss Lily, my mama, make us some pies, we'll pay you for them. So after growing up and moving away, I realized that fried pies were a pretty big deal.
All of our meat pies are made to order, so we wait and make those fresh. And we make fruit pies in advance, but also made to order too. So if they like it hot, we make them hot. We start with our dough. First thing, we make our dough and start making our pies for our case for our customers. It's a labor of love to put together each and every pie.
We have customers that come in and I know them all, a lot of them by their first name and know exactly what they want. I am a pretty good checker player. I have a checkerboard set up over there. And a lot of my customers will come in and order pies and say, all right, Tom, we got business on checkerboard.
He is the king of the checkerboard around here, and many a day we have people come in and ask specifically to challenge him to a game of checkers. So they'll come in and ask for Tom specifically because they want to see if they can beat him. And it's not many times that they can beat him on the checkerboard, but and he really enjoys that. That's a great way. He connects with lots of our customers that way.
My dad was an old coal miner, and when I was about 9 years old, he set me down and showed me the checkerboard, and he loved to play checkers. And I think I was about 10 or 11 before I ever beat him the first time. But he always wanted to play one more game, just one more game, Tom, just one more game. And it would, you know, we'd be sitting there for an hour, hour and a half playing checkers. But when I got where I could beat him, the playing time went down a little bit. I hate to admit it, but I get beat too. I beat a lot of people, but every once in a while somebody comes in and beats me. I guess it's kind of like the old West. No matter how fast you was, somebody come along faster. Well, it's the same way in checkers. No matter how good you are, somebody's a little bit better than you.
So Tom, we don't really allow him in the kitchen, you know? So again, we keep him out here with the customers. Right now, we have several girls who help make the pies. We have great customer service here. But now, as a rule, Tom, once in a while, if I'm not here, we'll cook. But for the majority, I cook all of our pie fillings. So we try to do that with one person because we want to make it consistent. So every time you come in here, you're going to get the same great taste and flavor for each of your pies.
Them girls just put me to shame on that. I'm afraid them gals, they got hands to make pies. They do such an excellent job at it. So I just quit making them. I said, you girls showed me up, all you're going to, I'm just going to let y'all make them, and they do a good job.
We have fun. We have a great group of girls that work here. We're all friends, so we make it fun together.
The favorites probably is the chicken and vegetable, and the Tex-Mex, and the rogi, and the meat pies. And of course, an apple and peach is still everybody's favorite in the fruit pies. But I personally like the broccoli and chicken.
My personal favorite lunch pies, probably chicken and vegetables is my favorite. It's kind of a feel-good, you know, traditional flavor. We know lots of our customers by name, and they stop in, whether they're going on a beach vacation every year and they're going to come by and take some pies with them, or sometimes it's just daily for lunch. And not only do they love our pies, but I hope they love our service. They keep coming back.
In the summertime, I got a couple of granddaughters that'll come in and work. And as a matter of fact, I've got one daughter that worked her way through nursing school working here.
I never expected to be in the restaurant business. That was not my thoughts or goals, but you know, things just come that way. I guess God has a plan for all of us, and He planned for me to be able to spend a lot of time with my dad, and that's been one of the biggest blessings, is that I get to see him every day, you know, and he gets to see his grandkids every day.
In our next story, we stop by a food festival that brings neighbors together through their love of a comfort food and elevates a popular sandwich to the level of pure art.
The origins of the Grilled Cheese Festival are, you know, very much just a conversation with friends, and you can kind of see that in the festival. You know, there is some structure to it, but very much the feel of it is just people getting together and enjoying an afternoon on a weekend and eating good food and enjoying music, and you know, bringing their animals and their favorite pets if they want. So it definitely does have kind of a grassroots feel to it.
A couple of friends and I were at a friend's house in Belhaven, sitting on the porch, and the weather was amazing.
Out of that just bore a conversation of things that we just like about the neighborhood, which is the parks and all the great amenities. And another thing that we really like is grilled cheese. And so, you know, from our perspective, it made sense to try to do something combining, you know, being outside, enjoying what's the great thing about our state, which is all the trees and nature, and something that everyone can get on board with, which is grilled cheese.
I think a lot of people can resonate with the grilled cheese. It's easy to make. People probably learned how to make them at an early age and continue to love them, as they get older. And there's so many varieties, so many ingredients that you can put in. So it seemed like one of those memories to play off of from your childhood, and just a perfect festival that wasn't existing. Belhaven neighborhood is the historic neighborhood of Jackson. It was the first neighborhood outside the city center of Jackson, being a couple miles from downtown. In the last couple years, there's been a lot of excitement and energy poured into the neighborhood. And so we kind of wanted to be a part of that and just help spread the good news, I guess, of Belhaven and what they're doing.
We just view grilled cheese as kind of the mechanism and the tool that brings us all together. So it's a great, marriage between those two things. All you need is heat, 2 pieces of bread and cheese, and then beyond that, that's where we really want to see what you can do.
I'm a big fan of Game of Thrones, and so when I heard about the Grilled Cheese Fest, I thought we could mix the two together. I think grilled cheeses are universal. I think everybody has their own take on it, whether it's the cheese or the bread. My son-in-law is a great cook, and he immediately knew what we were going to do based off of the fiery qualities of Game of Thrones. Our sandwich is called Daenerys's Melt, and it's farmhouse bread with a mixture of Colby cheeses and jack cheese. We put pepper jelly on it, and then we candied bacon. Then we also have the Night King's Punch, which is a blue fruit punch for children.
Last year, the first annual Grilled Cheese Fest, we did one category. This year we have decided to switch it up to home chefs and professional chefs. I think it's less intimidating for the home chefs that want to participate. So I think it's really opened up opportunity and more excitement for the home chefs to kind of compete in their own category.
I think we have a great chance in the competition, mostly because we have a theme, we've carried it out, and the sandwich is great.
We want anyone to come and share their grilled cheese recipes with us. And, we don't want them to necessarily think that you have to have professional cooking skills to be able to share the grilled cheese and compete. And so we've kind of continued that this year and now kind of expanded into the 2 formal categories to really kind of continue to drive everyone really wanting to participate in the festival.
We're a home chef, so we're just no restaurant experience here.
Just like a good grilled cheese.
Yep.
Anyone that you talk to about grilled cheese, they each individually think they have the secret sauce to making one, and we want to invite people to share that with us.
What do you think, Cody?
I think you gotta have a good cheese. It's in the name, Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be able to make them fast enough to keep up with all the people.
We just want people to enjoy some quality time together outside and enjoying their community and our community. And beyond that, I think in many ways the Grilled Cheese Festival is a great example of the power of Mississippians. It's kind of a demonstration that when people come together and really try to execute on an idea like the Grilled Cheese Fest, it can really happen. And so that's what's been great about this festival, is just seeing how many people volunteer their time and are willing just to give to make something like this happen. And so, at a large level, besides just enjoying a great day out in our neighborhood, it really is to us a testimony of what Mississippi can do when it just gets together.
And so now the moment that you have all been waiting for, home chef category, Big Cheesy, goes to Game of Thrones. Game of Cheese.
Anyone who enjoys grilled cheese, whether it's young, old, animal, or human, can come and enjoy the day with us.
Let's go from cheesy fried food at a neighborhood festival to homegrown produce at a roadside oasis. This family-run business has become a landmark for local people and also for vacationers and travelers alike.
My parents started this in 1976. We try to offer fresh fruits and vegetables and something for everybody. I was the sixth child, and I was 6 years old when they named it after me. And how I found out was my daddy took me riding, and he said, "I've got something I want to show you." And so we were riding at 49. He said, "Look over there," and I could see my name on the building. He had named it Donnas Number 6. I didn't have much control over that. I might would have changed that. Our family, all of us have been here. My siblings, we all grew up working after school and on the weekends. After they all got married and moved off, we all went to college, and everybody decided to do something different but me. This is what I wanted to do. I try to be very detail-oriented. I hope people can be able to see when they come in that we really try to put our heart and soul into it. Me and my husband and my mother, my sister, we built a new building in 2000, and that's when we started making the homemade ice cream. My husband makes all the ice cream, Sydney.
Peach, butter pecan, snapping turtle, and chocolate. I'm very proud of it. The idea with the ice cream was my idea, and I think it was my mother-in-law's idea. But we both liked the idea of it, and that's kind of our, what would you call it, pet. People travel here from all over the United States, and they make this their stop every time they come through. I've never really known anything else all my life. You know, it's a lot of work. I come up farming, my parents farmed, and, you know, there's just always something to do. Normally, my day consists of, I'll get here, just according to what time of the year it is, anywhere from probably 6:30 to 8 o'clock, but I do the tomato table every day and then start from there, just whatever comes up next.
We cook those big cookers of peanuts every day. We have to have several of them going, especially during the summertime, and when the local peanuts come in, the big jumbo peanuts, then that's when people really go crazy over those. We try to get as much as we can from all the regional farmers and local farmers. A lot of them are third, fourth generation farmers that we've been buying our stuff from, that my parents bought all their produce from. If it's available here in Mississippi, then that's where I want to get it from. We try to offer a good selection of plants and flowers and ferns, a lot of bedding plants and hanging baskets. And then we also have the Mexican pottery and the yard art. And then we do a lot of spinners, wind spinners, and you've got your hummingbird feeders and wind chimes, lots of different things like that to choose from.
If you're coming from Louisiana, Arkansas, or Texas, you just about have to come right past here.
We're thankful for Mom and Daddy teaching us good work ethics and instilling that in us, and to be able to continue their legacy. It means a lot to us.
If the children want to do it, we plan on letting them do it. I'm not going to say that it's easy. You've got to like to work.
I enjoy doing this, and I'll hope I'm able to do it for years to come.
Well, that's all the time we have for this show. But if you'd like information about anything you've seen, contact us at mpbonline.org/Mississippi Roads. And make sure you like our Mississippi Public Broadcasting Facebook page. Check out our Mississippi Roads Facebook page also. Till next time, I'm Walt Grayson. I'll be seeing you on Mississippi Roads.
Mississippi Roads is made possible in part by the generous support of viewers like you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Walt Grayson. You know, we really enjoy bringing you Mississippi Roads every week. We appreciate you watching it. And we really appreciate those of you who support Mississippi Public Broadcasting. Because your support of MPB not only helps programs like ours stay on the air, but other MPB productions. Your contributions support everything from MPB original documentaries to MPB radio shows, to MPB's literacy outreach programs in homes and schools statewide, to programs like our reading services for the blind and our emergency communication services during hurricanes and other disasters. You see, we do a lot of MPB, and we depend on you to help us do it. If you'd like to contribute now, please go to our website, mpbonline.org, and click Donate Now in the top right corner. Because when you do that, you're helping MPB help all Mississippians. Because like we say, Mississippi is our mission.